Today we're going to be eating Korean food for 24 hours.
Hey everyone, it's Jasmine.
And Chris.
Welcome back to another video and another installment of our Eating Around the World series. We are so excited because this is the first one of the year that we are collaborating with other creators, and these are some of my favorite videos to film because we get to step outside of our comfort zone, try new recipes, and collaborate with friends.
If you haven't seen this series before, basically we eat foods from different cultures and we like to highlight different content creators and make their recipes.
Yeah.
So today we're doing Korean food. If you missed it a few weeks ago, we did Filipino food where Jasmine was the star of the show and she cooked a whole bunch of really, really delicious food.
In the past, we've done Indian food, Peruvian food, we've done Southern comfort food. What else have we done? A lot of Filipino food. We did Mexican food. We've done a lot.
Yeah, we'll link the playlist down below. They're really fun videos and we really love filming them, so definitely check them out. Korean food is something we're not super familiar with, so we're really excited to experiment with it and try different flavors, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I didn't really grow up eating much Korean food. And yeah, even after going vegan, I feel like we don't eat Korean food that often, so we definitely need to. We're going to start today. Before we carry on with today's video, we wanted to talk about our sponsor today, which is the Lomi.
If you aren't familiar with Lomi, it's made by the same company as Pancakes, which, if you haven't heard of them, they make compostable products like phone cases, AirPod cases,
Watch bands, all the good stuff.
And this is an indoor composter. So it's a compost accelerator. So you can basically put all your food scraps in here. You can put your phone cases in here and it'll break down in about 4 to 6 hours, which is, we've been amazed by this thing, honestly. It's been really, really cool to have.
I get so excited just putting things in it, and we let it run overnight. So I love just like running down in the morning and seeing what everything looks like, and it just never gets old. So let's talk about Lomi.
So with your Lomi, you can put all of your food scraps in here throughout the day. And then at night, you just pop in a little tablet, add a little bit of water.
And with heat, oxygen, and abrasion, the Lomi will turn your food waste into dirt.
And believe it or not, Lomi is able to reduce your food waste by 80%. So you don't have to fill up your garbage all the time. You can literally turn it into dirt.
This has been really helpful for us, especially because we are cooking so many recipes every day. We were producing so much food waste, and it's just an easier way for us to have compost faster.
And depending on the mode you select, you can actually use the dirt in your plants. So there's a longer mode that keeps more of the enzymes in the soil, and then you can literally mix that into soil for your indoor plants or outdoor plants, which is really, really cool.
If you want to learn more about Lomi, I have a link down below in the description box. And if you have any questions about the Lomi, feel free to comment them down below or send us a message on Instagram, and we'd be happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, so let's get back into the video.
So we have two special guests joining us for today's video, two Korean vegan bloggers. They are absolutely amazing. You should definitely check them out. We'll link them down below. So let's have the first content creator intro herself and let us know what we're making for breakfast.
Hello everybody, my name is Rose from Cheap Lazy Vegan. I have a YouTube channel where I make really easy, delicious, affordable vegan recipes. I also have a blog where I post those recipes, thecheaplazyvegan.com. And I am also Korean, yes! So I love Korean food. Korean food is my favorite food. I grew up eating it. I think it's so delicious, and it's actually really easy to veganize. So I'm so excited to be part of this video. So thank you so much to Jasmine and Chris for letting me be a part of it. All right, so for breakfast or lunch or a snack, you guys can try making Yachaejeon, which is vegetable pancakes. Yachae in Korean is vegetable. Yachae. So yachaejeon is a really popular Korean kind of side dish, or you could eat it for breakfast, you could eat it with booze, if you like booze, okay? And it's basically savory pancakes, pan fried in lots of oil. It's so good, and it's actually really, really cheap and easy to make. You probably have most of the ingredients already sitting in your kitchen.
Yachaejeon.
Yachaejeon.
So I just want to apologize in advance for butchering any recipe names. We were going to try our best throughout the whole video, but we probably won't get it right, but just want to apologize in advance. We are trying our best.
Also, since we're eating this for breakfast, we are not going to be drinking with it.
No, maybe
I'll
be
derail
drinking
the whole day.
some water, but yeah, I'm not gonna drink right now. So let's get into it. To start, we mix together some flour, water, and salt until smooth. For the vegetables, we chose to use zucchini, onion, potatoes, and lastly some carrots. Honestly, this is just what we had in our fridge, but Rose said we can use whatever veggies we'd like. Next I'm adding in some chilies as well. And this turned out not to be that spicy. So if you're like me and you don't like spice, this worked out perfectly. So we're just going to add it into a pan with some oil and just fry them until they are nice and crispy and golden on both sides. And we're serving it with 2 different dipping sauces here. We're making a spicy one and a non-spicy one because we wanted to try both. So for the non-spicy, we're mixing together some vinegar, soy sauce, toasted sesame seeds, and some green onions. And then for the spicy one, we're adding in some gochujang along with some rice vinegar, maple syrup, or any sweetener of your choice, toasted sesame seeds, and green onions.
I am starving and I can't wait to eat.
I know, we are so hungry. So we made both the non-spicy and spicy dipping sauce listed in Rose's blog post because Chris is fine with spicy, I am not, which I realized for Korean food, I won't get the full experience, but I'm gonna try my best today. I don't know if I'm gonna try it yet. I'm gonna get Chris's opinion on it. You're gonna let me know if it's safe, but
here we go.
Let's try this.
Ooh, saucy. We got the mild gochujang, so might not be as spicy.
That's so good. You need to make the dipping sauces with this, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think it's essential.
the pancake is good, but
This is slightly spicy, but
once you dip it in, it's like next level.
I love anything that has the word
that's
pancake in it.
The other day, I'm gonna tell the story. I made scallion pancakes, and I also made us sandwiches. So I had my sandwich, I was like, I'm so full, I'll eat the scallion pancakes later. Like, these took a little bit of time. It was my first time making them, like rolling them out and everything. And Chris was like, oh, these are so good, chowing down. So we had like 4 big scallion pancakes that I left on the counter. And I feel like an hour passed maybe. Probably was an hour. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to eat the scallion pancakes. And I go and I was like, oh, like where are they? They're not there. And Chris is just like, I ate them.
I thought you had yours already.
No, I didn't have any.
Well,
There you go.
sorry. I'll make you more.
All right, I'm gonna try the gochujang sauce.
Uh-oh.
Is it spice?
It's a little spicy.
Oh God, it's like, wow, it's so much like brighter than this one in flavor.
The vinegar.
That one's so much better, the gochujang one. Wow, that is so good. I'm so glad I tried it.
Really good.
This is why we do these videos.
I love this.
I feel like I'm screaming, sorry. I'm so hungry and this is so good. Rose, thank
I
you
can
so
see
much.
why people would drink with this. Perfect, like, bar. Street food.
I'm not sure if we made it too oily. Ours isn't like very crispy. It is on the edges, but let us know. This is obviously the first time we've ever made it, and definitely not the last.
No, I would love to make this again.
Ooh, what if I like dip in there and then dip in there?
Double sauce. Let's try it.
Yeah, good. Double sauce, highly recommend.
Thank you, Rose. This
Yes,
was
thank you, Rose.
a great way to start the day.
All the recipes are linked down below. And because this is not our recipe, we aren't sharing it here because we really want to encourage you to go check out these creators, go to their YouTube channels, go to their blogs, show them some support for helping us with this video. And they have amazing blogs, amazing YouTube channels, and they both do really great jobs on Instagram and TikTok. So definitely check them out if you're looking for more vegan creators or just creators in general to follow.
Rose is also going to be letting us know what we're going to have for lunch, so take it away, Rose.
So the dish I want you to try is tteokbokki. Tteokbokki. Guys, you have to say it. Tteokbokki, okay? This is spicy Korean rice cakes. You may have heard of this dish. It is a very, very popular classic Korean dish. It's basically street food in Korea. It's known as like cheap food, but it really doesn't feel cheap and it's so delicious. And I think it's one of the most unique Korean dishes out there. And oh, it is just heaven. It is one of my absolute favorite dishes from my childhood and just my entire life. I don't remember a time where I did not enjoy tteokbokki. So it's basically made up of Korean rice cakes known as tteok, which is basically little pieces of doughy goodness. It's very chewy and very starchy and it's so good. And you basically cook this in a spicy Korean broth, super flavorful. And the broth kind of turns into a thicker sauce and it is so, so good. And it's actually very easy to veganize. and I've already done it. So super simple.
So I wasn't entirely sure if this was a lunch or a snack, but we are making so many recipes in this video that I was like, honestly, I just want to eat as much Korean food as possible, regardless of what category it fits in. So we are going to make this. I'm so excited.
As lunch/snack.
Yes, I've made this once before and I made it way too spicy. Chris couldn't even eat it. It was to the point where we were like, I don't even know. I feel like we couldn't taste for like a day. So I did have a bad experience, but that was my fault. I didn't do a good job at the recipe, obviously, because I've never had it before. I wanted to mention that because now I'm like extra excited to try it the right way. Sorry, Barry's barking, so let's get started.
To a large wok, we'll add in some water and some dried kelp, and we'll bring that to a boil to make a broth. Then to a small bowl, we'll add in some gochujang, along with some Korean red chili flakes, some soy sauce, maple syrup or agave, and some garlic, and we'll mix that together to form a sauce. Then to our wok, we'll add in some cabbage and some onions and let that cook for a minute, and then add in our tteok, which are Korean rice cakes, and some puffed tofu. We'll continue to let that cook, and then we'll add in the sauce we made earlier. We'll mix that up until everything is nice and combined, and then this is optional, but we're also adding sake. It definitely adds a nice flavor if you want to add it, but you can also omit it. We'll also mix in some green onions and sesame seeds. We'll let this continue to cook, and then once it's finished, we'll garnish it with some sesame seeds and some green onions again, and now we dig in.
According to Rose, this is better after a few hours or even the next day because it gets nice and thick, but we are eating it right after cooking it, so
It
I
is
just want to know
thick,
if
though.
It did get really thick and like gelatinous.
Tteokbokki? Is that how it's said?
No, I don't know. I mean,
Tteokbokki.
thick.
Tek-
I don't know how to say. Wait, let's try to say it really quick.
You have to say it. Tteokbokki. Okay.
Tteokbokki. Tteokbokki. Okay.
Tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki. Okay, Rose, let us know.
Yeah, rate that out of 10.
Anyways, let's go.
Definitely spicy.
The texture is amazing.
I love the chew.
It's definitely spicy though. Ooh. It's like building in my mouth. I feel my eyes.
This is delicious.
It's really yummy though. It's not killing me though. Like I still want to eat more because it's so good.
Yeah, if you eat the wrong piece, it could get bad, but you gotta like eat this strategically.
This is like the best texture.
Definitely better than the last time we made it.
Oh my god, the last time we couldn't even eat it. We ate like one and I was like, ah.
I think we just put like gochujang and like a little bit.
I don't remember what we put, but it was mostly gochujang and it was not.
Yeah, making it this way is definitely preferred.
Yes.
Thank you, Rose. Wow.
When we were planning this video, she was like, do you do spicy? Do you not? And I was like, honestly, send me what you want to send me and I promise I will try it. So here I am. It's good, but I definitely can't eat a lot of it because it's very spicy. I'm not good with spice, but it is very good. And this texture is the best texture on the planet.
Love it.
I want to just eat these.
Wow.
For dinner and dessert, we have another creator coming on, Remy of Yachaejeon. Oh my gosh, the board just moved. Let's see what she has planned for us.
Hi everyone, my name is Remy and I am Korean, Japanese, and Taiwanese. I'm also vegan, so I share a lot of vegan, Asian-inspired recipes on my channels over at Yachaejeon. And for this meal, Chris and Jasmine are going to be making my Bibim Guksu, which is a spicy Korean cold noodle dish. It's really easy. You basically toss it together with the sauce, but it's also very spicy. And I know Jasmine's not a big fan of spice, so I'm curious to see how they're gonna like it.
So this recipe looks a little spicy, but like I said earlier, I am going to try these recipes as is because I want the full experience.
I'm sensing a running theme with Korean food and spice. So.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get started. First up for our sauce, we're mixing together some gochujang, rice vinegar, we have some soy sauce, coconut sugar or any other granulated sugar of your choice, toasted sesame oil, garlic, and some kimchi. Then we're going to add in some rice noodles and gently toss that together until it is fully coated. And to serve it, we're topping ours with some kimchi, cucumber, some green onions, and some toasted sesame seeds.
I'm usually not a huge fan of like cold noodles, but this looks absolutely delicious. So
Depends on the recipe for me. I'm like really bad at chopsticks, sorry.
That's good though. I feel like if you had spicier kimchi, it could get spicy.
It's spicy for me.
There's a slight kick, but it's not like the lunch we had.
I think this is more spicy than the lunch, no?
What? Crazy.
My throat.
I love the crunch of the cabbage and the kimchi.
This is good though.
Very good.
It's gonna cleanse my body, baby. Everything's a spice. I like it though, it tastes fresh.
Really, 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 really good.
I love all the use of spice though.
And I love how simple it was to put together.
Yeah, we put this together in like 15 minutes.
Really good.
The noodles it took us like 4 minutes. I think it just depends on what noodles you have, but these ones took us 4 minutes. You just mix everything, add the noodles, and boom, right? That's what you did?
Yeah, the longest part was waiting for the water to boil.
Warm.
Water.
I love that everything has been like chewy or like noodles or
Yeah.
everything's just been like the perfect texture. It's like so good. We filmed a taste test for our reel. I'm gonna show you a clip right now because it's hilarious and also chaotic. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's going in my hair. I think we're gonna just keep it as is, right?
Yep, no edits there.
It's too much.
We have one final recipe, and it's a sweet one. So let's check it out.
It's Remy again. So for dessert, Jasmine and Chris are going to be having Hotteok, which is a sweet dessert pancake. It's stuffed with a cinnamon, sugar, and nut filling, and you can usually find it sold on the street. It's kind of like a snack that you buy. It's really good. The center is like nice and gooey, and it's delicious.
I think we've had this in a previous Trader Joe's video, but the frozen version, right? So I'm really excited to make it fresh. And I actually saw this on Remy's Instagram a little while ago, and it looked really freaking good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I remember really enjoying these in the Trader Joe's video, so I can only imagine they're gonna be a lot better.
And
made
it seems
fresh.
pretty easy to make.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
To a sifter, we'll add in a gluten-free flour blend, sweet rice flour, tapioca starch, and some salt. We'll sift that into a bowl so it's nice and smooth. And for our wet mixture, we'll add in some plant milk along with some water, some sugar, and some oil. We'll mix that together, and then we'll add in some instant yeast. We'll give it a mix, and then we'll set that aside. To make our filling, we'll combine some coconut sugar, toasted chopped walnuts, and some cinnamon in a small bowl and just mix it together. We'll then add our dry mixture into our wet mixture and just mix it up until a nice dough forms. We'll cover the bowl and set it aside as the dough rises. Once the dough is risen, with oiled hands, we'll form little patties with a portion of the dough, and then we'll just spoon in some of our filling. We'll then seal up the dough into a little ball and then flatten out our patties. We'll then pop that onto an oiled pan, and then with some parchment paper, we'll just give it a gentle press down so it forms a pancake. We'll just cook that on both sides until it's nice and golden brown, and then we get to dig in.
All right, let's eat this.
I'm so ready to eat this.
Ooh. They look like pupusas. We were talking about it off screen. But
I'd love to try a savory one of these. This would be really good.
oh yeah, I saw online someone made one like this with cheese as well, like a sweet one with cheese, which I'm down for. So
That's so Filipino of you.
next time I would love to try that. The only thing about these is I didn't cut the walnuts small enough. I wish I like really finely chopped them because they're kind of just like big chunks randomly. I wish they were more evenly distributed, but that's my fault.
I really like the mochi like chew from the rice flour.
The textures today were on point.
What a great way to end the day.
They're good.
Really freaking good.
Like we mentioned, we have had these from Trader Joe's. It's really cool that we were able to make them at home, and they were really easy to make.
A little time consuming because you have to let the dough rise, but really not a big
Other
deal.
than that, yeah. And then these are gluten-free, as you saw, but you can definitely make a gluten version as well. Thank you, Remy. These are delicious.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And as we mentioned earlier, Remy and Rose, all of their information will be down below. They both have YouTube channels, TikToks,
Blogs,
Instagrams,
yeah.
blogs, yeah. So definitely check them out, show them some love. We really appreciate both of them for being a part of this video. And let us know what other cultures we should explore. This is definitely going to be an ongoing series. I know we took a little bit of a break from it last year, or this year. But yeah, let us know if there are any other creators / countries and cultures that we should explore.
Yeah, definitely. And like I mentioned earlier, this is my favorite video to film. I really enjoyed all of the recipes we made today, and I really enjoyed just trying new things. If you feel like your diet is redundant, if you feel like you want to try something new, then there is so much for you to find, so much for you to choose from.
Yeah, it's amazing, like thinking like growing up, I never ate any of this.
Yeah.
And even like when I was introduced to your family, like all the new foods, like all the Filipino food and even Ecuadorian food that I was introduced to.
It's amazing how much
really
is
cool.
out there. Yeah. So it's really fun to explore different cultures and cuisines, and I encourage you to do the same. We have a full playlist down below of a bunch of different eating around the world videos we've done so far.
Also, we do have a form if you want to nominate yourself or anyone
yeah.
else. We'll link that down below as well. It's really easy to fill out. So
All right, that
we'll
is
see you in our
it.
next video.
Bye.